attempt a 4-show marathon tonight.
$2,000 for every correct answer. You ready? Yes. Best of luck, and your time starts now. The original dust jacket of Peter Benchley's novel Jaws features what marine animal?
Bloody great shark.
Correct. Which orange vegetable is commonly said to be good for eyesight?
Carrot.
Correct. Westminster Abbey is mainly which architectural style?
Gothic.
Correct. The 2022 film The Grey Man stars Marvel actor Chris who?
Hemsworth.
Evans. Shayna Jack is a Commonwealth Games gold medalist in which sport?
Swimming.
Swimming. In the late 70s, Libyan leader Gaddafi introduced what colour national flag?
Green.
Red? Green. The source of which French river is 30 kilometres northwest of Dijon?
Seine.
The Seine?
Correct. How many human figures are depicted in Michelangelo's iconic sculpture of David?
1.
Correct. A region called the Central Belt is the most populated area of which UK country?
England.
Scotland. Prior to Albanese, who was the last Australian PM with the given name Anthony? Abbott. Tony Abbott. Tony Abbott. Yeah. You ready? Yes. Let's do it. Your time starts now. A common phrase to suggest immediate action is "there's no time like the war."
Present.
Correct. Scallopine is a dish from which country's cuisine?
Italy.
Correct. A 15th century holy text famously made with movable type is the Gutenberg what?
Bible.
Bible. Be excellent to each other is a catchphrase of film duo Bill and who?
Ted.
Correct. What is the highest class of international open wheel race cars?
Formula 1.
Correct. The theme song of which Netflix series begins "The Animals, the Animals"? Orange is the New Black. In which Australian mainland territory is Port Essington?
South Australia.
Northern Territory. What word for a type of small apartment also means a place where films are made?
Studio.
Correct. The hooker has a position in which row of a rugby league scrum?
Front row.
Correct. Elliot Page stars in the superhero TV series The Umbrella what?
Academy.
Correct. Based in Canberra is the Australian Government Department of Health and Aged what?
Care.
Correct. Wow. Peter, ripped through those questions. Well done. Happy with yourself? Your time starts now. In which 2001 Pixar film do monsters scare children to create energy?
Monsters Inc.
Correct. An Airedale Terrier is a breed of which domestic animal?
Dog.
A dog.
Correct. The black box flight recorder was invented in which country?
Australia.
Australia.
Correct. The Nepalese flag features images of the moon and which other celestial body?
A star.
Sun.
More information?
Sun.
A shooting star.
The sun. In which jumping event were the Western roll and straddle once common techniques?
Sorry,
High
can you
jump.
repeat that?
In which jumping event were the Western roll and straddle once common techniques?
High jump, I'd say.
Long jump.
High jump. Playing the title role in the 50s film Gidget is Sandra who?
Bullock.
D.
Chèvre is a cheese made from the milk of what cloven-hoofed farm animal?
Cow.
Cow.
Goat.
Goat.
Revenge
Cloven
Wears
hoof.
Prada, The Devil Returns is a sequel to which best-selling novel?
Devil Wears Prada.
Correct. In which Asian city-state are the artificial waterfalls? Okay. Dog question. For every correct answer, you with me?
Let's go.
Good luck, mate. Your time starts now. Turkey Lurkey is a character from the classic children's story Chicken What?
Little.
Correct. The military command Drop and Give Me 20 commonly refers to which exercise?
Push-ups.
Correct. Don't Speak was a 90s hit for which US rock band?
Pass.
No doubt. In which
yeah.
Asian country did the Great Proletarian Cultural Revolution take place?
China.
Correct. Which German Formula One star announced his retirement in 2022?
Schumacher.
Sebastian Vettel. The name of what picturesque Italian coastal area translates as Five Lands?
Pass.
Cinque Terre. In 2020, which US magazine introduced a Kid of the Year award?
Pass.
Time. Establishing a dinosaur theme park in Coolum was businessman Clive who?
Churchill.
Palmer. Written by Winston Groom is the 1986 novel Forrest Who?
Gump.
Correct. On Stranger Tides is the subtitle of an entry in which Disney film franchise?
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Correct. Aerospace engineer Franklin Rudy developed air cushioning for which sports brand?
Pass.
Nike.
Nike. In which decade? Oh, Sam.
Well. Yeah,
The term dancercise is a blend of dance and what other word?
Exercise.
exercise.
Correct. Which Australian Idol runner-up had the hit What About Me?
Peter.
Sebastian.
Shannon Duff.
Correct. White Bay Cruise Terminal is in which Australian capital?
Sam.
Adelaide.
Sydney.
Sydney. A book by Senator Jim Molan is Danger on Our What?
Doorstep.
Doorstep. In Hong Kong, what form of transport is a traditional sampan?
Boat.
Theatre. A boat.
Correct. The Pyrenean mountain dog is mainly what colour?
Black.
Sam.
Brown.
White. US government agency, the DOD, is the Department of what?
Defence.
Peter.
Correct. In which Asian country are the famous cash car markets?
India.
Peter.
Hong Kong.
China. Quadruple is a Belgian variety of what alcoholic beverage?
Theatre. Wine.
Beer. The film Colossal co-stars Ted Lasso actor Jason who?
Peter.
Pass.
Sudeikis. Formula One driver Carlos Sainz was born in which country?
Spain.
Peter.
Colombia.
Spain. In which Queensland city is the Virgin Australia head office?
Brisbane.
Brisbane.
Correct. Forever is a classic young adult novel by Judy who?
None.
Peter.
Blue.
Correct. Which English river officially begins at Shrewsbury Mead?
Thames.
Peter.
The Thames.
Correct. On which continent is Mount Ras de Jean?
Peter.
Asia.
India.
Africa. The embroidery term petit point comes from which language?
Peter.
French.
Correct. What 2019 film features TV's wealthy Crawley family?
Sam.
Pass.
Downton Abbey. Which American grandmaster patented a chess clock?
Bobby Fischer.
Peter.
Pass.
Bobby Fischer. What class of animal is the California scrub jay?
Bird.
Peter.
A bird.
Correct. Which UK Prime Minister was born in 1964?
Sam.
Boris Johnson.
Correct. Right on the buzzer. Now we're just going to take a break while the buzzer mechanics come in and fix your buzzer, Peter, and the desk that you probably broke.
Buzzer mechanic.
It's a new show. We're renaming the show for you. We're going to call it Smash Your Buzzer. All right, 13 steps between good luck and your final chase starts now. What primary colour are the flowers of a basket of gold plant?
Yellow.
Yellow. Correct. Which US pop icon had the 80s hit Material Girl?
Madonna.
Correct. Roebuck Bay is in the north of which Australian state?
WA.
Western Australia. Correct. An award-winning Neil Gaiman fantasy novel is American what?
Gothic.
Gods. Correct. Klaus Martens was the creator of which iconic British footwear? Doc Martens.
Yeah.
Correct. In recycling codes, what chemical does PS stand for?
Plastic.
Polystyrene. Correct.
Right.
Traditionally, what grain is used to make tortilla chips? Corn.
Yeah.
Correct. In which European country are the Buchej Mountains? France. Stop the clock. In which European country are the Buchej Mountains?
One that's been around. What do you reckon? I don't know. It sounds almost Eastern European. Maybe Romania. Go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Carpathians
so
in
Romania.
Romania.
Where'd you pull that from? Yes, Romania is
Joke.
All the places to say. I think it sounds Romanian. All right. Well done.
Okay,
All
that's pretty
good push.
extraordinary.
Jason needs 7. 1:15 on the clock, and your time restarts. Now, a final risky attempt is called a last roll of the what?
Dice.
Correct. In the 90s film Clerks, Silent Bob is played by Kevin who?
Spacey.
Correct. Sam Fricker has represented Australia in which water sport? Swimming. Stop the clock. Sam Fricker has represented Australia in which water sport?
Water polo.
What is it? I think it's diving. I think it's diving.
Yachting.
You're 1 for 1.
Could be diving.
Okay, we'll say diving.
Oh, he's good. Diving is right. 2 for 2. All right. Chaser needs 6 now. 1:02 on the clock, and your time restarts now. In which country was celebrity chef Jacques Pepin born?
France.
Correct. The Coming of Stork is by Australian playwright David who?
Williamson.
Correct. The tarantula wolf spider is named after which Italian city? Turin. Stop the clock. The tarantula wolf spider is named after which Italian city?
Oh. Turin. Maybe.
I'm not good with this.
Venice.
I thought tarantella was a Spanish dance. But I think it's a badly worded
I'm going to
question.
need an answer.
I'll say Turin.
We'll say Rome.
Better run.
Taranto.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Bit of an outlaw city. Yeah.
46
Yeah,
seconds
heard
on
of
the
it too.
clock. Chaser needs
That's where they
4.
raided the Italian
And your
fleet.
time restarts now. In which ocean is the Inuitok atoll?
Pacific, yeah.
Correct. On which continent did Ashtanga yoga originate? Asia. Correct. What milk is an essential ingredient in a massaman curry? Coconut milk.
Yeah.
Correct. Which Grammy Award-winning UK singer has the surname Adkins? Adele. Correct. There it is. Good stuff on the pushbacks. Romania. Wow. Where did that come from?
Yeah, Romania and diving, to be honest. They were both...
I'd like to buy some more earrings.
Lots more earrings. 1 minute on the clock. $2,000 for every correct answer. Sophie, you good to go?
Yes.
Let's do it. Good luck, and your time starts now. Which flying insect is used in an idiom for being very busy?
B.
Correct. A fromagerie is a shop that specialises
Cheese.
in dairy products.
Cheese.
Correct. Portraying Carolyn Burnham in the film American Beauty is Annette who?
Bedding.
Correct. The name of which chemical element derives from the Greek word chloros?
Fluoride.
Chlorine. Kabuki theatre originated in
Japan.
which Asian country?
Japan.
Correct. Which legendary singer was the aunt of actor George Clooney?
Pass.
Rosemary Clooney. A species of large marine mammal is the North Atlantic right what?
Whale.
Correct. The Italian phrase riposa in pace translates as rest in what?
Peace.
Pass.
Peace. In which decade did Coldplay release the album Parachutes?
90s.
2010s.
2000s. Waluigi is a villainous character created by which video game company?
Nintendo.
Correct. According to an age-old myth, touching which amphibian gives a person warts?
Frog.
Correct. Anna, the biography is a book of barricades. Let's do it. Your time starts now. In the 1989 film Batman, the Batmobile is predominantly what colour?
Black.
Correct. A do-rag is most commonly worn on which part of the body?
Head.
Correct. Hugo Chavez was a president of which South American country?
Venezuela.
Venezuela. Which of the 5 senses is affected by amblyopia?
Sight.
Eyesight. In the Australian premiere of the musical Wicked, Glinda was played by Lucy who?
Pass.
Durack. Which Indonesian island is famous for the giant lizard that bears its name?
Pass.
Komodo.
Great Dionysia was an ancient Greek festival held in honour of which wine god?
Dionysius.
Pass.
Dionysus. What baked food item is an Arnott's milk arrowroot?
Biscuit.
Correct. The Andaman and Nicobar Islands are in which ocean?
Indian.
Indian.
Correct. 10% of 1 metric tonne equals how many kilograms?
100.
10,000.
100. Camooweal is an outback town in the far west of which Australian state?
Queensland.
Victoria.
Queensland. Okay. All right. 1 minute on the clock, Ben. $2,000 for every correct answer. You good to go?
I'm good to go.
Let's get it done. Good luck in your time. Starts now. A person who never varies their routine is commonly dubbed a creature of what?
Habit.
Correct. In what blue water yacht race has Aussie Mark Richards skippered
America's
9
Cup.
victories? Sydney to Hobart. The Deutschland Lied is the national anthem of which country?
Germany.
Germany. Albert Warner was one of the 4 founders of which major Hollywood film studio?
University.
Warner Brothers.
Warner Brothers. The southern region of which US state is informally known as SoCal?
Southern California. California.
Which Scottish Terrier breed's name means a stack of stones?
Jack Russell.
Ken. A Grammy Award-winning song by John Mayer is Waiting on the World to what?
End.
Change. Thatcherism is a political philosophy
Margaret Thatcher.
named for which British leader?
Pass.
Margaret Thatcher. The Elephant to Hollywood is an autobiography of English actor Sir Michael who?
Parkinson.
Caine. On which continent is the colossal sculpture Christ of the Andes?
South America.
South America. Unintended silence occurring during a radio show is commonly called
Dead air.
what? Dead air. Ben, $2,000. On the clock, $2,000 for every correct answer. Leon, nice deep breath. Good luck to you. And your time starts now. A nautical term commonly applied to a failing business is a sinking what?
Ship.
Correct. Which iconic singer had the 80s hit song If I Could Turn Back Time?
Cher.
Sure. Correct. The Mexican dish carnitas is traditionally made with the meat of which animal? Pig. Correct. What underwater city is visited in the novel 20,000 Leagues Under the
Atlantis.
Sea? Atlantis. Correct. The spots on a common spotted ladybird beetle are typically what colour?
Black.
Correct. Which country is home to the 18th century Janta Manta observatories? Pass. India. A prestigious qualification, MW, stands for Master of what beverage?
Wine.
Pass. Wine. To be extremely familiar with a place is to know it like the back of one's
Hand.
hand. Correct. In the children's cartoon show Peppa Pig, George is what relation to Peppa? Pass.
Father.
Brother. The town of Coonabarabran is in which Australian state?
New South Wales.
Correct. In polls, a measure of a politician's popularity is called their approval what?
Rating.
Rating. Correct. Okay, nice hit out, Leon. Best of the match.
Thanks.
Best of luck
Good
to
grief,
you.
she's by
And
herself.
your final chase starts now. A helipad is traditionally used by what
Helicopter.
form of transport?
Helicopter.
Correct. Hiddlestoner is a term for a fan of which British
Tom
actor?
Hiddleston.
Correct. In which Sydney suburb is Admiralty House?
Kirribilli.
Correct. Drum Taps is a classic book of poems by Walt who?
Whitman.
Whitman.
Correct. Turoa is a major ski resort in which nearby country?
New Zealand.
New Zealand.
Correct. The star 51 Pegasi is in which constellation?
Pass.
Pegasus.
In which borough is New York's West Village?
Manhattan.
Pass.
Manhattan. Brockets belong to a genus of what hoofed mammal?
Horse.
Deer. Old man saltbush is a shrub native to which continent?
Australia.
Australia.
Correct. Senusret I was a king of which ancient civilization?
Egypt.
England.
Egypt. In which Asian capital is the Chiang Kai-shek Memorial Hall?
Bangkok.
Taipei.
Taipei. Thyroxine is a hormone produced by what gland?
Pituitary.
Thyroid. On which continent is the volcano Mount Oku?
South America.
Africa. Which European country has the UN code POL?
Poland.
Poland.
Correct. A South African-born England cricket captain was Tony who?
Greg.
Greg. An octagon has how many corners?
8.
8.
Correct. Which hit Broadway musical features the song The Wizard and I?
Wizard of Oz.
Wicked.
Correct. Which small US state is nicknamed the Ocean State?
Pass.
Rhode Island. To which class of animal does the spongilla fly belong?
Pass.
Insect.
Insect. Originating in China, Tian Tai is a sect of what major religion?
Buddhism.
Correct. In the theatre, FOH commonly stands for front of
House.
what? Correct. Stockton-on-Tees is a large town in which UK country?
England.
Scotland.
England. The Republic of the Congo flag colours are green, red and what?
Yellow.
Blue.
Correct. The beluga is also commonly known as the white what?
Whale.
Lotus.
Whale. On TV's Modern Family, Gloria is played by Sophia who?
Bagara.
Bagheera.
Correct. In which Australian state is Port Campbell National Park?
Oof. New South Wales.
Victoria.
Yeah.
Emma J. That was incredibly enjoyable and a fantastic game. 14 steps. A lot of multiple player teams don't get 14.
Yeah, absolutely, and we're now into Chaser Lost territory here. That was so good. That was probably the best start of a final chase I've seen in a long time. I want to give you the money for Walt Whitman, to be honest. That answer, question 4, Walt
Yes.
Whitman. Fantastic.
Now, the Garrison Church is near one end of which Sydney Bridge?
Sydney Harbour.
Bridge. Sydney Harbour.
Correct. The film Edge of Tomorrow co-stars actor Emily who?
Blunt.
Blunt.
Correct. In which Australian state is the naval base HMAS Stirling?
Western Australia.
Correct. James Boswell was the biographer of lexicographer
Samuel
Samuel
Johnson.
Correct. Glasgow is a nickname of which iconic UK music festival?
Blasphemy.
Correct. The Siamang is an arboreal primate native to which continent?
Asia.
Correct. Curtin and Holt are suburbs of which Australian city?
Canberra.
Canberra.
Correct. In which sport is South African Charles Schwartzel a champion?
Golf.
Correct. The term Wagnerian derives from which?
Richard
Wagner.
Correct. In which Italian city is the Temple of Hadrian?
Rome.
Rome.
Correct. In which European country is the spa town of Marienbad?
Belgium.
France.
Stop the clock. Love a couple of pushbacks.
Stick with Belgium.
In which European country is the spa town of Marienbad?
Good bit for spas.
Gonna just have a guess and say Italy.
Czech Republic.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Czech Republic for Marienbad.
There you go.
102 on the clock. Chaser needs 4. Time restarts. Now, a 70s hit for the band Foreigner was titled Cold as what?
Ice.
Ice.
Correct. Which African country has the currency code SOS?
Somalia.
Sudan.
Stop the clock. Which African country has the currency code SOS?
I say Somalia. First one that I can think of starts with S apart from South Africa, and it's not that.
Tanzania.
Somalia.
Yeah.
SOS. Somalia. Chaser needs 3. 50 seconds on the clock, and the clock restarts. Now, which major body of water is named after Louis Vaz de Torres?
Torres Strait.
Correct. Nicknamed Pumper was champion New Zealand jockey Jim who?
Richards.
Stop the clock. Nicknamed Pumper was champion
No.
New Zealand jockey Jim who?
I've got no idea.
Nah.
Patrick?
Nah.
Cassidy.
Cassidy.
Nah,
Yes, it just
now I've
came
heard
to
of
me.
him,
Jim
yeah.
Cassidy.
Martin Power, was that him? Anyway, I did know that.
Chaser needs 2:39 seconds on the clock. Time restarts now. What is rung 3 times to signify the end of a round of boxing?
Bell.
The bell.
Correct. In which British city were the historic Vauxhall Gardens?
London.
Correct. There he goes. Oh, Everton, so proud of you. Good on you. Look at her.
Well, we both missed the Somalia currency, but it was SOS for your teammates. You did a great job. Really well done.
And smiled all the way through. Could have been a nervous smile, not sure.
Emergency.
Correct. The Indian city of Kolkata is closest to the border of which other country?
Bangladesh.
Pass.
Bangladesh.
Yeah.
Arrive before you leave was the tagline of which supersonic aircraft?
Concorde.
The... Pass.
Concorde. In the Bible, the mountains of Ararat are the resting place of which boat?
Noah's Ark.
The Ark.
Correct. Traded to the 76ers in early 2022 was NBA star James who?
Pass.
Harden. Which Christmas song originally had the title The One Horse Open Sleigh?
Jingle
Jingle
Bell.
Bell.
Correct. Steggles is an Australian food brand that markets meat of which animal?
Chicken.
Correct. What is the highest palindromic number between 1 and 100?
3.
99. Islands Dorringe Island was owned by which late member of the Beatles? John Lennon. 3 and 99. That was close.
That's random.
It was-
New Zealand, I'd like to road trip there. Japan and Korea interests me as well.
So we need to get you quite a bit of money here.
Exactly.
1 minute on the clock, Shane. $2,000 for every
That's
correct answer.
99
Ready to go?
palindrome.
Ready to go.
Best of luck to you.
Thank you.
And your time starts now. A blat sandwich typically contains bacon, lettuce, avocado, and what?
Tomato.
Correct. In the intro of TV's The Simpsons, which main character often plays a saxophone?
Lisa.
Correct. The late Andre Leon Talley was best known as an editor of which fashion magazine?
Pass.
Vogue.
Beginning with B, what is the Australian equivalent of the American car term hood?
Bonnet.
Pass.
Bonnet. In which state or territory is mainland Australia's northernmost point?
Queensland.
Correct. The best-selling book Eat, Pray, Love is by US author Elizabeth who?
Taylor.
Gilbert. Which brand of clear soft drink shares its name with a mythical elf-like creature?
Sprite.
Correct.
Yeah.
In which country was the fossil of dinosaur Australotitan cooperensis?
Australia.
Pass. Australia. The melody played by the clock Big Ben is known as the Westminster what?
Abbey.
Quarters. Crossing 2 index fingers at their middle represents what letter in Auslan?
Pass.
X. The collective regalia. Okay.
Okay.
Shane. Couple. The correct answer. Cara, best of luck. And your time starts now. The toucan was a long-time mascot for which iconic Irish stout beer?
Guinness.
No idea. Kilkenny.
Guinness. In 2022, the Oscar for Best Actress was awarded to Jessica who?
Tandy.
Pass.
Chastain. Australian Jacqueline Narracott won Winter Olympic silver in which sliding event?
Slalom.
Skeleton. Sydney newspaper The Sun Herald is only published on which day of the week?
Sunday.
Correct. The Great Southern Reef spans the southern coast of which continent?
Australia.
Correct. Nicolae Ceausescu was General Secretary of what Romanian political party?
Communist.
Pass.
Communist. The Green Mountain Boys were a militia group involved in which country's revolution?
Thailand.
United States. Colloquially, to abuse one's authority is to throw one's weight where?
Around.
Around.
Correct. Which long-running Australian TV talent show was commonly known as YTT?
Young Talentine.
No idea. Pass.
Young Talent Time. What is the only planet in our solar system whose name ends with the letter R?
Oh no. Jupiter.
Is what we needed. Cara, $6,000. $1,000 for every correct answer. Tom, you good to go?
Yeah.
Good luck, mate. And your time starts now. Mr. T plays boxer Clubber Lang in which Sylvester Stallone film
Rocky.
franchise? Pass. Rocky. Responsible for immigration is Australia's Department of Home what?
Affairs.
Correct. In the sitcom Married with Children, what is the name of Al's wife?
Marge.
Peggy. In what cardinal direction is the Indonesian island of Bali from the equator?
North.
South. Correct.
Oh.
The short story The Adventure of the Sussex Vampire features which famed detective?
Sherlock Holmes.
Correct. So Matey was the official mascot of which Paralympics?
Athens.
Tokyo 2020. Sahur fen is a type of rice noodle from which continent?
Asia.
Asia.
Correct. The AC/DC album cover for Back in Black is mainly which colour?
Black.
Correct. Rhynchodion is the scientific name for the whale what?
Shark.
Puff. Shark. Gloucestershire is on part of England's border with which other UK
Wales.
country? Scotland. Wales is where we're going. Tom, $10,000 though. That's real fun. And your final chase starts now. What domesticated animal is literature and film's Old Yeller?
Dog.
Tom.
Dog.
Correct. Hula Guma is a 60s album by Pink what?
Floyd.
Shane.
Floyd. Correct. Who ran for US Vice President on John McCain's ticket?
Sarah Palin.
Al Gore.
Sarah Palin. The Gambia's flag colours are green, red, white and what?
Blue.
Black.
Blue. The Mahabharata is an important text in which major religion?
Hindu.
Tom.
Islam.
Hindu. Who voices Darth Vader in the original Star Wars trilogy?
Shane.
James L. Jones.
Al Jones.
Correct. Nefertum is a lotus god from which civilization's mythology?
Tom.
Greek.
Egyptian. What is the real first name of golfer Tiger Woods?
Tom.
Puff. Eldrick. A crustacean native to Australia is the hairy stone what?
Crab.
Shane.
Crab. Correct. What is the name of Dora the Explorer's talking backpack?
Tom.
Puff. Backpack. The element dubnium is named for a town in which country?
Shane.
England.
Island.
Russia. An aliform object is shaped like what bird appendage?
Shane.
Beak.
Beak. Wing. Kiss Me was a 90s hit for the band Six
Island.
Feet None
The
What?
Richer.
Tom.
Richer. What is the only US state to have areas of Arctic tundra?
Alaska.
Tom.
Alaska. Correct. Which Middle Eastern airline features an oryx in its logo?
Emirates.
Tom.
Emirates. Qatar. What red fruit juice is essential to a Bloody Mary cocktail?
Tom.
Tomato.
Tomato.
Correct. British comedian Alfred Hill was best known by what name?
Benny Hill.
Shane.
Benny. Correct. What does the T stand for in the computing term HTML?
Tom.
Terminal.
Text. A museum in Esperance displays debris from which space station?
Skylab.
International.
Skylab. American Daniel Collins is a high-ranking player in which sport? Tennis is what we needed. Guys, 9 steps. 9 steps. How many perspectives in the lead tonight, Warren?
They good? Yes, I am.
All right, it's time for the final chase. All right, Matt, your final chase starts now. Traditional millstones were used to grind grain into what?
Flower.
Flower.
Correct. What nationality was the late music producer George Martin?
American.
British. Correct. Which Southeast Asian country's currency code is IDR?
Indonesian. Rupiah.
Stop the clock. Which Southeast Asian country's currency code is IDR? We need every pushback we can get.
Indonesian roots, obviously Rupiah.
We'll go to Indonesia.
Go Indonesia, that's a nice early pushback. Well done, we'll need a few of those. Chasing needs 8 now. 1:45 on the clock, and your time restarts. Now, which religious calendar has the month of Kislev?
The Hebrew count.
Correct. Which sense organ do lizards typically flick to help them smell?
Tongue.
Correct. In which 70s film musical does Diana Ross play Dorothy?
Oz.
Stop the clock. In
Wizard
which
of Oz.
70s film musical does Diana Ross play Dorothy?
How's your musical knowledge? Don't have good
Film
musical
musical,
knowledge.
Dorothy.
Maybe, what's love got to do with it? Let's go with that. What's love got to do with it?
Okay.
That's Tina Turner, not Diana Ross.
Not that. The Wiz? The Wiz!
Ah.
Not Oz. It was The Wiz. Alright, Chaser needs 6 now, 1:29 on the clock,
Call me
and
the
your
Wiz.
time restarts. Now, the English town of Malden famously produces what seasoning?
Salt.
Correct. What is the 2-letter chemical symbol for thulium?
TH.
T-L.
Stop the clock. What is the 2-letter chemical symbol for thulium?
My thoughts are like TH or TU. TH was what I was leaning towards. Maybe, yeah, go that one.
TH?
Yeah. TH.
TM. TM.
Okay.
Chaser needs 5, 1:16 on the clock. Time restarts now. Gorillas are native to which continent?
Africa.
Correct. What mathematical term comes from Latin for by the 100?
Percentage.
Centennial?
Stop the clock. What mathematical term comes from Latin for by the hundred?
I'll stick with percentage.
Centimetre, or I don't know. Just centi for Latin? What do you reckon? Oh, yeah, go with centi.
Centi.
Percent.
Ah,
percent.
Of course it is.
1:03 on the clock. Chaser needs 4. Time restarts. Now, which bowler won the 2022 Allen Border Medal?
Pat Cummins.
Stop the clock.
Huh.
Which bowler won the 2022 Allen Border Medal?
Josh Hazelwood.
You don't know?
No idea, so you go this one.
Josh Hazelwood.
Mitchell Stark.
Ah.
You've had a couple of opportunities, and I've got to say you really needed those.
Yeah.
Okay. Chaser needs 4 now and 59 seconds on the clock. And your time, Goliath, restarts. Now, which Austrian city is often referred to as the Imperial City?
Vienna.
Vienna.
Correct. In Greek mythology, which sea god was the father of Antaeus?
Poseidon.
Correct. Who stars as Ricky Bobby in the film Talladega Nights?
Will Ferrell.
Correct. Mercury and which other planet orbit between the Sun and Earth?
Venus.
There it is. All right. Guys, we had a couple of opportunities in there. They needed to real. Nice way to go. What would you like to do with some money if you win tonight, Jason?
We've been really wanting to go to plan a trip to Europe, so we'd love to go to Europe.
All right, let's get you some money. You ready to go?
I am.
1 minute on the clock, $2,000 for every correct answer. Jason, best of luck to you.
Thanks.
Your time starts now. A common saying is, with friends like these, who needs what?
Enemies.
Enemies, yeah.
Correct. In 2022, which former US president won an Emmy for Outstanding Narrator?
Barack Obama.
Correct. A classic 80s thriller film starring Louise Fletcher is what in the attic?
Toys.
Skeleton.
Flowers. The highest form of public inquiry in Australia is a royal
Commission.
Inquiry.
commission. Which tennis star won the 2022 Wimbledon Men's Singles Championship?
Djokovic.
Federer.
Djokovic. Elisha Otis invented the first safety brake for which device?
Automobile.
Lift. What word for a savoury taste also means irritated or touchy?
Sharp.
Salty. Sulfur dioxide and nitric oxide are components of the weather phenomenon acid what?
Rain.
Correct. The term Bunyan-esque is derived from the
John
name
Bunyan.
of which mythic American figure?
Paul Bunyan.
Correct. Using a bird's name, a rhyming term for a lawyer is legal what?
Tender.
Correct.
Okay.
Truman Capote's novella Breakfast at Tiffany's is mostly set in
Paul
the US
Bunyan,
city.
not John Bunyan, Paul Bunyan. Okay.
After the buzz, you would have got that one for sure. Jason, $10,000. Not too bad. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Let's do it. Best of luck, and your time starts now. A common rhyme asserting authority is my way or the
Highway.
Correct. A biped is an animal that stands or walks
2
on
legs.
how many feet? 2. Correct. Your Own Kind of Girl is a memoir by Australian musician Claire who?
Pass.
Bowditch. Both the title of a Kiss song and a 90s film is Detroit what city?
Pass.
Rock. Twofold Bay lies on the south coast of which Australian state?
Western Australia.
New South Wales. Which modern art museum sits on a 6-hectare property in Melbourne suburbs?
Pass.
Heidi. What word means points accrued by a sports team and music written for film?
Score.
Correct. In cricket stats, what 2-letter initialism is used to mean strike rate?
FR.
Correct. If 2 of a triangle's interior angles are 60 and 40 degrees, what is the third?
80.
Pass.
80. What word meaning to tear is also a term for a dangerous current?
Rip.
Correct. For her 2022 wedding, Jennifer Lopez wore a gown by which American designer label?
Versace.
Ralph Lauren. Really? Not too bad you didn't know that. Beautiful snowboarding there. All right, 1 minute on the clock, $2,000 for every correct answer. Jack, you're good to go.
Yeah.
Best of luck, and your time starts now. Expelliarmus is a spell from which popular book and film series?
Harry Potter.
Correct. Footage edited out of a film is said to end up on the cutting room
Floor.
Correct. Winning a record 8th World Surfing title in 2022 was Stephanie who?
Gilmore.
Correct. Spain's national flag has broad stripes of red and which
Yellow.
other colour?
Yellow.
Correct. Adapted into a popular film was the William Goldman novel The Princess what?
Ball.
Bride. Which iconic songwriting duo is credited with the Cilla Black hit Step Inside Love?
Pass.
Lennon and McCartney. In the Gregorian calendar, what is the first month to have 31 days?
January.
January.
Correct. By definition, how many people make up a quadrumvirate?
4.
4.
Correct. Tourism Australia has adapted Warrane as the dual place name for which city?
Adelaide.
Sydney. Made famous by Teddy Roosevelt is the phrase speak softly and carry a
Big stick.
what? Stick. What does the T stand for in the Australian education acronym TAFE?
Yeah.
Technical. Didn't need it.
Okay.
Jack, $12,000. Good hit out. Starts now. A laurel wreath is typically worn on which part of the body?
Head.
Correct. Which raw fish dish has a name derived from the Japanese words mi and sashi?
Sashimi.
Correct. In the film Raiders of the Lost Ark, Sala is played by John Rhys who?
Jones.
Davies. Which famous fictional detective investigates the case of the 5 orange pips?
Sherlock Holmes.
Correct. Which range of plastic containers was invented by Earl Tupper?
Tupperware.
Correct. In which decade was the TV series Space 1999 made?
90s.
70s. What name is shared by a South American river and a mythical female warrior tribe?
Amazon.
Amazon.
Correct. Meaning space is devoid of matter, vacua is the plural form of what word?
Vacuum.
Correct. Bobby Hatfield and Bill Medley made up the musical duo The What Brothers?
Everly.
Everly.
Righteous.
Ah.
In which Olympic sport did Princess Charlene of Monaco represent South Africa?
Equestrian.
Swimming. Mando is the nickname of which Star Wars character?
Mandalorian.
Correct. What slang term for an untrue rumor? Steph. Very, very good at this. Hands on those buzzers now. Best of luck to you both. And your final chase starts now. The adjective acrobatic is directly derived from what noun?
Acrobat.
Acrobat.
Correct. Chiswick 8 is a small island in which major London river?
Thames.
Stiff. The Thames.
Correct. On which celestial body is the Bay of Rainbows found?
Moon.
The moon.
Correct. The Italian poultry dish tacchino arrosto is roast what?
Duck.
Duck. Turkey.
Oh,
Sydney's Allianz Stadium is home to which NRL club?
Stiff. The Roosters.
Correct. In which country was comedian Hannibal Buress born?
Chris.
Germany.
USA. How many bridges does a pair of spectacles typically have?
One.
Chris.
1. Correct. The Seasons was the masterpiece of UK poet James who?
Stiff. Joyce.
Thompson. The epidermis is the outermost layer of which human organ?
Skin.
Chris.
The skin.
Correct. The cha-cha-cha dance originated on which Caribbean island?
Cuba. Cuba.
Jamaica.
Cuba. In which US state is George Washington's house, Mount Vernon?
Chris.
Virginia.
Washington, D.C.
Virginia. A spoke shave is a tool used for working which raw material?
Chris.
Wood.
Correct. In which Australian state is Mount Buanga State Park?
Chris.
Victoria.
Correct. Maria Sharapova won an Olympic medal playing which sport?
Tennis.
Tennis.
Correct. Chilaquiles is a traditional dish from which continent?
Stiff. South America.
North America. The Latin name for which domestic animal is Felis catus?
Chris.
A cat.
Correct. Which Italian city hosts one of the Big Four fashion weeks?
Milan.
Stiff. Milan.
Correct. Who was the US president when Barbara Bush was second lady?
Chris.
George Bush.
George Bush.
Ronald Reagan.
Oh.
Which regional New South Wales airport's
Second
IATA
lady.
code is
Oh.
DBO?
Dubbo.
Stiff. Dubbo.
Correct. In which UK country was singer Annie Lennox born?
Stiff.
Scotland.
Correct. The travel term bleisure is a mixture of business and...
Pleasure.
The D's big call on Clayton Oliver and a Star Magpies trade shop. 7 News is next.
And thank you to the newsroom for that. 15 steps, the difference. Sharky, are you good to go? Sharky, good luck. Your final chase starts now. In the term sales rep, what is rep short for?
Representative.
Correct. A knighted comedian born in Glasgow is Billy who?
Connolly.
Correct. In which Australian capital city is the Oxford Art Factory?
Sydney.
Yeah.
Correct. Tim Daly co-stars in what sitcom set in an airport in Nantucket?
Wings.
Correct. Which decade saw Australia introduce the R film rating?
70s.
The 80s.
Stop the clock.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea, so I'll just go with what you think. Yeah.
Larry, we're going to go with the 70s.
Go with the 70s. That's a good pushback. We need a couple of those. Nice one. Chaser needs 12. 1:35 on the clock. Time restarts now. A species of marine crustacean is the royal red what?
Crab.
Lobster?
Stop the clock.
I was thinking crab.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Larry, we're going to go with crab.
Prawn.
Oh.
Prawn. The other one. 1:30 on the clock. Chaser needs 12 now. And your time restarts now. Maraschino liqueur is distilled from what small... Correct. A book by Spike Milligan is titled The Little Pot what?
Boiler?
Correct. What colour on the Australian flag is not on Canada's flag?
Blue.
Yeah.
Correct. Ashy parmentier is a traditional dish from which country?
France.
Correct. A species of wading bird from Africa is the grey-crowned what?
Crane.
Stop the clock. A species of wading bird from Africa is the grey-crowned what?
Crane, I'll stick with.
Say heron. That's what I...
Could be heron.
Grey crown crane.
Mm.
Yeah, okay, try heron.
We're going to go with heron.
Crane.
Oh, sorry.
We could have done with that one too.
I think that's the thing on the
102
Ugandan
clock. Chaser
flag.
needs 8. Time restarts now. 30 years equals how many decades?
3.
Correct. Spain's Camp Nou stadium is home to which major soccer team?
Real Madrid.
Real Madrid.
Stop the clock.
Barcelona then.
Barcelona.
Barcelona.
Barcelona is right. There's a good pushback. Chaser now needs 8. 52 seconds on the clock. And your time restarts now. The real estate auction term VB stands for vendor what?
Yeah.
Correct. In which Australian capital city is the popular Sutton's Beach?
Adelaide.
Correct. A zorse is a cross between a zebra and which other animal?
Horse.
Correct. In which country was Marvel Comics founded?
USA.
USA.
Correct. Psamathe is a moon of which giant planet?
Jupiter.
Jupiter.
Stop the clock.
Okay, Saturn.
Like, Saturn has lots of moons. Also, I know the other gas giants have moons, but if it wasn't Jupiter, I probably would have gone Saturn. But you?
Yeah, I think so.
don't. Yeah.
I'm going to go with Saturn, Lara.
Neptune. Neptune for Psamathe.
Which
29
is
seconds
an
on the clock.
ice
Chaser
giant.
needs 4.
Not a
And your
gas
time
giant.
restarts now. Rugby Sevens football is also called Seven a what?
Side.
Side.
Correct. In which century was Britain's first Labour government?
The
20th.
20th century.
Correct. What is the common 3-letter abbreviation for cappuccino?
Cap.
Correct. The young Archie is a junior counterpart to which art prize?
Archibald.
Archibald Prize.
Correct. Wow. Got it down to 9 seconds.
Yeah.
We just needed 1 or 2 more pushbacks there. Good chase, Sharky.
That really could have gone either way, and pretty well done on the pushbacks, I think.
Yeah, we were actually pretty close there, guys, in the end. Unfortunately, we've got to say goodbye to that $24,000. Steph and Chris, lovely to meet you both. Thanks for coming in. We look forward to you coming next time.